virtual columns. Again, we'll take some case. You have a table with sale date column with date data type. There is a table. Okay, it has a column sale date. And what is the data type of sale date? It is date data type. If you want an additional column for reporting purpose, typically in the data warehouse environments, do you know what's the difference between OLTP and OLAP? What is OLTP? Can you tell me one example for OLTP environment?
OLTP means more transaction is happening or frequently transaction is happening.
And warehouse environment? Some example?
Transaction means the transaction will be very minimum only select query.
Yes, select query will be more. So, and more reports are generated from warehousing environment. Okay. So such an environment, warehousing environment, which I am taking this example. So you have sale date with data type. And if you want an additional column for reporting purpose, see, definitely I can extract from sale date, I can extract the month portion, like 2 char of sale date, comma, single quote, MON, like that I can do it. But when I'm generating report, runtime it will get calculated. Definitely it will affect the performance, right, of the report.
Correct.
So what the SMEs or whoever, they might ask, I want one more column as sale month, so that immediately I can use it. No need of the 2 char of all those things. So what do? Will you go for you go and add one more column, or is there any other better method? What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, add another column.
Adding another column?
Yes.
Okay. How will you populate it? So we'll create new column. So what happens while loading data into sale date? You have to calculate month and also load into sale month. Okay, that is one option. Second option is if you get, what will happen if you get an update on sale date? Actually, the DML operations are very less in the data warehouse, but just in case, if you get any update on sale date column, then you need to update the sale month column also, right?
Correct.
So these are all some possible issues which we might encounter, because these two are dependent columns, right? Sale date and sale month. Okay. So for this, previously, older versions we used to go for, permanent column. Okay. But the new Oracle versions, they have given a feature called virtual column. So we can go for a sale month as virtual column. So what is virtual column? Virtual columns are derived at runtime rather than being stored on the disk permanently. So what happens when you are inserting sale date, same at the runtime, during the insertion only, Oracle automatically derives the month portion and it will put it on that virtual column. So I need not write insert into like that. And you can create indexes on virtual columns, all those things. We'll see some example. Okay. So see this, create table, sale ID, sale date, sale month, sale year. I'm creating as a virtual columns here. You can see this keyword. Suppose if you say sale month as expression, Oracle automatically detects it as a virtual column. Or if you want to give, for the clarity purpose, virtual keyword also you can use. So either you can mention virtual column in this way or in this way. So this is how we created the table with virtual column. While insertion, did I insert sale month and sale year in this? Can you see the statement? Did I insert sale month and sale year, that virtual columns?
Yes.
I did not insert. I'm just inserting sale ID and sale date. But when you select it, it will show you the, before I go to the SQL developer, you can see if you describe this virtual column table, for the virtual columns, you can see like it will show you the expression, okay, on which it has clicked. Okay, so whatever you have seen in the script, first here, this one, I'm creating a table with this. Okay, I'm just creating. Yeah, table got created. Yeah. So I just created, then I have to insert it, right? Salary 1, salary 2 are here, virtual columns, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm inserting data only till commission 1, commission 2. So this is the data I'm inserting. Yeah, I'm inserting. The row got inserted. So now I want to select it from employees underscore virtual. I did not insert the virtual column salary 1 and salary 2 here. Okay.
Okay.
Can you see the data got populated?
Yes.
Okay. There is no need of, inserting data into derived columns. You just give what is the derived formula or whatever it is. In this case, some formula we have given, some expression, round of salary into 1 plus commission 1, something like that. Salary 2 as something. So whatever is required from the reporting requirement. So these columns we call as derived columns because user is not inserting as a data input. Whatever data is already there, like salary column is already there. From this salary 1 and salary 2 are derived. So
Yeah, got it.
got yeah. If you want to see what are the information about that, you can see. Yeah, what are the advantages? The value is always sync with the source data. Suppose if somebody is changing salary, automatically the derived columns also it will get changed. So data consistency you can attain. Your virtual month can never be different than the month of the date column. They consume minimal space. And CBO and cost-based optimizer also gather statistics like normal column. Okay, so performance-wise also it will be good. Only disadvantage is because you are calculating at the runtime, right? Because when I'm inserting the data, that time only that virtual column values are also calculated. So your insert statements can be little bit slow, not drastically, because they are calculated during the insert time, right?
Correct.
So this is the disadvantage. So whichever feature when we are using, we always have to see the pros and cons. So we are okay because anyway it is batch program. Even if it takes few seconds more, it is okay, right? It's only loading. While loading, it is happening, but while retrieval, it is very fast, right? Okay. So this is very good feature for warehousing environment, definitely. Not for the OLTP because OLTP lot of DML activity going on, insert, update, delete. So as per my personal opinion, definitely warehousing environment where a lot of reports on huge volumes of data are run. Definitely, this virtual column can be one of the design choice. Okay.
Okay.
So any problem when comes, even in some projects there will be a hybrid projects like a mix of OLTP, mix of warehousing environment. So that time also you have to be very careful. Okay, this is this kind of requirement, so let me go for this feature. See, Oracle is giving you lot many features. Only thing is we have to understand it, where to use, when to use, what are the pros and cons. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So restrictions, this I have taken from Oracle 12c documentation. You can't create virtual columns on index organized tables, clusters, temporary tables, like global temporary tables, right? GTT we call global temporary tables.
Correct.
DML operations are not allowed. Okay. And there are also you can't refer one virtual column in another virtual column. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can't create LOB, Longra. These are all large object. Right? Large object LOBs.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. So there are so many restrictions. Whatever version you are working, you can check the documentation. Few I wanted to discuss, so I kept it on the slide. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are about virtual column. Is it clear?
Yeah. No issue.